It's like this. Doesn't have to be like this.
Well, it's about waiting at the end of the day because I mean, you can have more things on the one side, but that doesn't mean the balance is out.
This guy, man.
140.
Live on YouTube, cuz.
Why are we not seeing Daryl on?
I
Oh,
saw
because
him.
he's got nobody on.
He put his video on now.
Ah, there. No, no,
He's
no.
showing his speedometer. Live on YouTube.
Live. Broadcasting live from a moving vehicle. I want to drive so fast that it starts to buff.
So
Press
does
this
your AirPods
button,
work with a phone
balance.
now?
Yes, because I've taken the 8. Now I'm running. This is the iPad.
Okay.
One would think that the person that moves around the most should take the 8 thing. Hashtag just saying.
Yeah,
Longer battery life.
Yeah, no, I did take the 8.
well, one
I
must
did
AirPods
take
listen.
the
work.
8 because I ran out of memory and everything. Everything just got slower. I mean, you guys move slow.
That'll you learn me this week.
It was terrible. I mean, and it really was just a cable that was loose.
Yeah. And we could always just hear your first two words, man. So we're like, oh, this sounds interesting, and then gone. Yeah, he's totally gone now.
It was annoying. I didn't even bother listening to the recording. I'm not going to be frustrated.
5 minutes from home.
And at least it gave Ray a chance to openly share his thing. We could just listen. We're not much talkers. And I don't know how I feel about that whole thing anyway.
Which thing now? Black Lives Matter.
I was with young people yesterday, and they have very American views on it. Also, two young girls and one older dude, and yeah, I guess it's just frustrating when you're in a room with people who don't really check something out. They have someone that they look up to, and they just follow that person's opinion without questioning, without anything. And then, I guess that is
bling plong sound.
yeah, by me.
It might be by Daryl too. I don't know.
No, I don't have anything on you.
I think that's my video, man. I'm gonna go just audio because my video is buffing.
Okay.
You guys look a lot better now. Yo, is it load shedding everywhere? Eesh.
No.
Not
We
here.
Yeah.
I checked by both Daryl and me. I don't know how to check for you. I don't know what your number is, Daryl.
No, I'm saying like every robot I'm coming to is dead.
But if you in city of Cape Town, you should be safe for the day.
I mean, I'm in Kuilsriver now, and the robots is dead here also.
But are they city of Cape Town or Eskom?
Yeah, okay, I also don't know. I don't know where they draw the line. Yeah.
That's all right. So that's why we some days a lot of other people are off, but we're not off.
Yeah, if you look at
But
Eskom's push, you'll see whether you're on city or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I got the app.
but have you guys seen the clip circulating of what's his name? What's the comedian's name? The black guy that hosts that show, Family Feud.
Yeah, Steve Harvey with load shedding.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
He said home already, Daryl.
What do you mean in America?
Yeah. He said, I'm here to fix load shedding. It's still load shedding, and he's back in America since like.
No, I think we all know he's not gonna fix load shedding, but just the mere like that's
Audacity.
stupid.
The audacity, though. That's that American vibe of, I will fix this.
No, but when he says, and you pay them.
That part, yeah. That is what I'm saying. Like, he's like, this whole thing is stupid. Why do you still pay?
Yeah, well, technically, like, I don't know if you
don't
guys
have a choice.
bill. No, I mean,
Yeah,
like, if the electric is off, the units aren't running. So technically, I don't pay when it's off.
Yeah, but you're paying for a service which they're trying to tell you to cut down on.
Yeah, and the manipulation is that they're making a product, supply and demand unbalanced. Sorry, I was just trying to bring the word balance in. It's probably not applicable there.
Nice try.
No, but like
It's dead here, guys.
let's not mention names.
Names.
But with Daryl Works, the pastor that has done the church for ages, he doesn't live in balance.
You said
And
he
that's
does.
worked out for him because there's a successful church. On the metrics that they measure, it's successful. They meet their financial obligations and over.
And then some.
Yeah, so it proves that the balance theory doesn't work. Balance is what's taught to the masses to keep, what do you call it,
Balance?
the cogs of civilization going, but it's certainly not good for your
Growth.
success, if you want to put it that way.
I guess obviously everybody's definition is different when it comes to balance, but
Yeah, and I mean,
how do you decide then? How do you decide, okay, this is gonna be how much I'm spending time on whatever else? Because you don't know. So I'm talking about from a young age, I'd say.
No, but like, so some most people, I don't know if you watch that movie. I don't even know what it's called now, but it's this guy
out of time.
that is suing Love Guaranteed, the app.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
According to the app, if you go on 1,000 dates, they guarantee you'll find your love. And he now went on 1,000 dates in a year, and he didn't find love. So he wants to sue the thing, and then whatever. And then, you know, it's almost like, so there's various schools of thought in the movie. Obviously, it's on Netflix, so you can watch it, I think.
Okay.
But ultimately, it comes down to that if you're going to settle for something, then you'll get it. And I'm not saying you must apply it to a relational context, because they obviously superimpose that on there.
Yeah.
But what it comes down to, Daniel, I'm gonna mute you because you're making a noise.
Sorry, yeah.
Isn't there talk in the car feature?
I think the Apple phone has it.
Oh, okay.
But I think I lost my train of thought there. But
You're saying they superimpose the relational thing on the whole. If you settle, that is the point.
but okay, so the lawyer woman has this little pro bono practice, and she's trying to help people, and I'm like, that is such a cliche thing, and it's actually the worst thing you can do to yourself, man. Like, if you're helping people, people that have money also need to be helped.
Mm.
And I'm not saying you must look down on people that can't afford it either, but we lie to ourselves when we say, yeah, I don't really want a lot. When you have a lot, you're able to do a lot of different things. It's like, just don't change in the process. And that's hard.
Yeah. But besides just maybe there's a few people with attitude problems, but like your world view or what you think about things change, man. You know what I mean? I've seen it. Friends of mine, they move out to a better area, they drive better cars. So now the conversation is just different, man. It's no more, yeah, end of the month. It's just like, no, but why? Why don't you just do this? Why didn't so they see life a lot differently because they live from a place of abundance, man. And in their case, most of my friends, they moved their way out of, I'd say, Mitchell's Plain, so they know what it's like to work your way out, man. You know what I mean? So when you get into conversations like that, if you obviously nasty, you would think, oh, money really changed them, which is I guess true, but not necessarily for the worse, but for the better, because they're just looking from a different place, I'd say.
So
And you
my thing
can't.
is join them, man. Like,
No, of course, yeah, that's the plan. But
But
always
choose
hear that in a-
vehicles that you can join them with, like not music.
But isn't it
Yes.
also
What can I
the
do?
starting point? I mean, you were saying that
No.
on, yeah, they work
Uh,
their way out of an area.
Yeah, we
And
all went to
if
the
you're
same
starting with
school.
the
The
wrong,
same.
yeah, and I mean, you made reference to my bosses. So if you're starting from a point and your metric system is cars and money, and you're gonna change, but is it really, you know,
No, that's what I'm saying.
to your
It definitely does change you. It's always just a bad thing for the poor guy. The poor guy is going, money really changed you because he doesn't understand the plane that they're living on. So it's not so much that they're becoming horrible people. It's just you become different, difficult to relate with, man. If you're not mature to understand, okay, cool. For me, a 10 rand is like, ooh, I need this is a nice 10 rand. For him, that's like, give that to that poor guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that he's being brekerig or like he's trying to brag or anything. It's just a matter of it means different things to different people now, man. So it's
I mean,
always
I
people always go, oh, money changes people. It doesn't really change anybody.
yeah, that's
well,
the a similar. Sorry to break the word, Dylan. A similar thought when I stopped at the robot and look. I mean, you guys know it's not really driving in a it's not like I'm driving in a wealthy car. But then when the people stop, when you stop at the robots and people big, you know, they always go to the most expensive cars first.
well, it stands to reason. The
Expecting,
guy who's got them work can afford it.
Mm.
you know. But then when they come to me, I actually had like bread and I'll give them like if I have water or something to drink in that sense, just consider that.
That's why they come to you when they're hungry. They
Oh,
go to them when they want money.
or when you drive off, they
Yeah,
throw that piece of bread away. They're like, I don't want
probably,
this. Where's the money?
probably.
Yeah, I don't
But I
know.
always look at them with that mentality, man. They're looking at you know the same way you were saying in the reverse. The people who have wealth are thinking, yeah, I'm gonna give this 10 rand to that person.
Mm. Yeah, but also, yes, there
But it's
are
not.
people that pretend to live above, pretend to people look like they're living a certain way, but they don't. But that's a small number compared to the people who actually, I have a better car because I can afford a better car. It's a colored
Yeah,
thing,
but
I guess. No, I'm gonna buy a better car than what I can afford. You know what I mean?
yeah, but
So
also to be honest, I
it's
don't
not a
think I would have
bad
given a
metric.
10 rand in any case.
Do you understand? So it's
So
not a it's
yeah,
not a bad thing of them to see it that way. I mean, they're thinking, how can I get the most out of my day? I'm not gonna waste my time on the car that you're driving. I'm gonna go to the Mercs and the BMs. You know what I mean? They have a better chance of getting something there than not you as a person. I mean, just someone within your bracket, I guess. And they look at the color of your skin as well.
Hmm.
Because a colored guy
Especially,
is less likely to
yeah.
give.
But 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 have you ever given to a white guy that is begging at the robots?
no.
especially
Or like, how do you feel about that? Seeing it as a color
especially
thing.
that like this guy really lost it. This guy's got nothing. If he's standing here, he really got nothing. I'm gonna give him
With
this.
a with a neatly handwritten cardboard with correct spelling and grammar, man.
Yeah. White people are prideful, my bro. No offense, white people. You can message me personally. But for a white guy to stand on a corner to beg, you must know that that guy's hit rock bottom, or he's got some kind of addiction or something. Not to say that he didn't maybe have at some point, but I don't know white people that just go out and beg. If you can introduce me to them, fine.
I met a white guy that made money off busking.
Yeah, basking is not begging.
It's basically begging. And
It's
we
not.
went to Spur once and he came out with like 105 rand coins or something to pay because that's how they pay the buskers.
You're working, bro.
I mean,
That's his job.
look, the guy lives in the States now, eh? Into all sorts of conspiracy theories.
Is it?
He-
Does he smoke
but,
weed?
but he got chucked out of Shofar at the time. Um, he was a nice guy to have a conversation with,
Okay.
but victim mentality got him down. Because even the girl that he married, none of them worked there, and it's amazing how they would reason the world is against them. the world won't be so much against you if you just work.
Mm.
He's working
Really.
now.
And sometimes you just have to play the game.
Uh,
Yeah.
Another success story for a guy who didn't know what he didn't know.
No, don't have it
Well,
success.
well, well
You have
done,
to talk to
Lindley.
him about that.
Well, if Lindley just had a conversation with him and said, "Look, the world isn't really against you. Why do you just work?" I mean, it's like your approach to this thing about balance. I might look at it as a broad thing because I've, so many questions and unnecessary thoughts around it. Whereas maybe, and without patronizing you, maybe just simplifying things and being cliche
No,
about it and putting it in a fresh space is just what people need.
I think you missed the part where we were actually saying that balance is a bad thing. We were trying to say balance is bad.
But I mean, isn't that guy then unbalanced? Still unbalanced.
I think he's off balance
Oh, okay.
because when he was living here, also a lot of people were taking the payments for him, and we're not talking about a young guy. We're talking he was probably in his early 30s at the time.
Sure.
Um, but I didn't agree with Shofar's stance. It's like they didn't have a space for somebody who had real issues.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look
And
how they can kick someone out in the first place. And thing.
well, from Tien's perspective, it's called looking after the existing flock. The problem is the existing flock is a bunch of snobs.
Mm.
They don't know that they're snobs. They try. I mean, the one time they tried to invite me to the outreach and it was in Heidelberg. So I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to that one. I probably work with the people.
Uh, yeah.
But I mean, look, in the name of balance, a lot of terrible things can enter your life. Like,
Complacency.
and I mean, I'll never forget the sort of
Wife and
argument.
kids.
Well,
That's got
that could
nothing to do with
certainly,
balance. That
that
throws
could
your
be.
balance way off, bro.
No, but like when I worked at Artscape, the direct manager above me always used to have a go at me saying, "Why are you never content with the like what is man?" So he said because when he grew up, they just had to learn to be content with things. I said, "Okay, did you have running water when you grew up?" He said, "No, we had to go fetch water." So I said, "Surely for the next generation, you hand them running water, man.
Mm.
Like there's certain progressions in life which is good. Like
Yeah.
you didn't have a TV. Now you have a TV. So now must we just be content with the fact that we don't have these things because we must be content with what we already have. Then I said then there's never progression. There's never gonna be forward movement.
Mm. Yeah. But there needs to be that uncomfortability or frustration. Is that the word, I guess?
Yeah, but you
When-
could see the way he managed that Artscape suffered because of it, because you know the governmental way of finance is like you if you don't use what you had available, you'll get
Yeah.
less next year.
There's
And his thing was saving money here. I'm like, you're not saving anybody anything here. Just
you're screwing the next guy out. You're making it harder for the next guy. But
so
do you think that is a cultural thing here in South Africa? Like it seems like
certainly is amongst the colored people.
we don't think about the next generation or the next crop. Like
That's why white people do, and that's why they get ahead. Is
mm,
that they have a longer
view.
eyesight, if you want to put it that way, than what is now.
Mm, long
And it's
term
probably a
thinking.
large degree why we have the argument of white privilege and Black Lives Matter locally here is that as the high time preference and the low time preference is that people want immediate results. They're not
Mm,
willing to put in something and experience later.
Yeah.
even if this generation isn't the one to benefit.
Yeah, we want to benefit.
And I mean, let's be honest. So when you have a child, a large portion of your attention is going to go towards the child. Then what about the parents that didn't do what they wanted to do, and the child just happened?
Mm.
So now you have divided focus. Is that you then give up on your dreams and then you love through the child.
Yeah. It's like the whole thing. I'm not gonna be like my parents were.
Let me just say it was a well-timed cough there by Sean.
Oh,
Give up on your dreams.
I don't think she can. Yes, but that whole thing of I'm not gonna be like my parents were. So you get neglected as a child. Now, like I'm gonna spend all my time with my child, and you forget that maybe you turned out okay, and you're making your child soft, man. You know what I mean? Like in my case, what makes me able to learn things fast is the fact that my daddy didn't teach me anything. I mean, not obviously didn't teach me anything, but let's say when it comes to bowling a cricket ball, batting, kicking a ball, all those things I had to learn on my own. Same with music. He showed me three chords. He said, "Okay, you take it from here." You know what I mean? So, uh, if I'm then gonna be with River, what my dad wasn't, then maybe she's gonna turn out very differently because now she doesn't have to think for herself because now I'm gonna teach her everything or try and show her everything, which becomes then a crutch to her. Or it could benefit her, you never know. But I think that's the issue, man. We worried about how we feel and we want to make up for the past mistakes. Like now, like you say now, instead of thinking, okay, cool. How about what is she gonna be like as a grown up?
Well, I think my question I'm asking is what is Daryl gonna teach his daughter?
Danielle.
Sound.
Well, we'll hope Lindsay just jumps in there.
Because you must remember that children do not listen to what you tell them. They they do what they see.
Mhm. Don't I know it? I tell you guys the FU story with River. Sure. I'm watching some Australian show, man. So now they've got this thing. They say, "Fuck yeah!" So like an argument. So one dude's like, "Fuck yeah!" The other guy's, "No, fuck you." You hear River at the back, "Fuck you!" Like, oh shit. Like, no, you don't say that. She's like, but the uncle is saying it. I said, yes, he can say it. You don't say it. So I was just like, yeah, nah, I must really start to watch what I watch. Yeah. Unless I settle in my heart, okay, my daughter's gonna be a swearing child. It is fine. But I guess like a lot of the stuff we teach is just like more to be able to function within an environment, man. But in all honesty, so what if Robo says "f you"? Man? It doesn't matter to me. But maybe she gets to school and she tells her teacher, "Yeah, miss, fuck you." Yeah, that's not gonna go down well. You know what I mean? So I guess you always as a parent want to think for your child how they're gonna be within an environment of other people, which becomes tricky because everybody parents a certain way. You want to try and maybe be like a forward thinking, creative parent. I'd say your child might just be ostracized for being different. You know what I mean? So what choice do you make? Do you teach your child balance or do you say just be who you are? Yeah,
Why is that so quiet now?
he's probably driving still. Didn't he say 10 minutes ago he's 5 minutes away from home?
I am home. I'm just sitting up
Oh,
and I just
okay.
want to use the toilet. I'll be back. Sorry.
Oh, live on YouTube.
At least I'm not peeing live.
Yeah, I don't know. Ravi's too young for me to see any specific uh, character traits. She's still in the copying phase where she does everything she sees. So you're not sure what is hers and what is stuff that you picked up. You know what I mean? So you have to watch it. I guess we're watching it closely. And we've got the church going folk that live on the same property as us. They're obviously trying to print stuff in our brain with regards to Bible stories and that. But I mean, my child grew up with Disney. The Bible stories are, what is that? Veggie Tales. She's like, nah, man, put this off. What is this? Uh-uh. Yeah, this notification only come up now.
What notification?
Fresh
are
Space
live.
is live. A bit late. Yes, it's my internet.
No, it's probably. I can check the emails here.
Shame I had a guy
It's 10
earlier.
past 3 that it went down.
Oh, well, I only got it now. I had a dude here earlier on who was coming to me to find out how he can make money by releasing a single.
Nah.
I had to break his heart, shame, man. He's like, so how does the payments? How do I make money off that? I'm like, you don't make money off that. That's at best your business card.
It's the same like how do you make $1 million in cryptocurrency? Started for 10 million.
It's valid.
So how do you make money in music? You don't.
You don't. So I was trying to say, bro, because he's like into film and that. So I was like, do that, man. And do music as what you want to do with your life, whatever, till you're in a comfortable place. But you can't leave that for this, hoping you're gonna make money. It's not the money game, especially
Look,
not now.
the thing is this, man. It's like the world has changed in that regard. So, and I know YouTube's been around forever, but it's still one of the places where people are building a platform from which to build other things from.
Yeah.
So, if I look at Ivan on Tech, Ivan on Tech's got 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. Even though he doesn't stream on YouTube anymore because they have issues with cryptocurrency, he still posts his video on YouTube afterwards.
Okay.
And YouTube isn't his source of income. It's like they're doing other things, but and the Arcane Bear also, he's got about 25,000 subscribers. In the paid circle, there's probably around 400, and I see today there's been like 30 signups or something like that. That's it. Well, it's $45 a month now.
Yeah. So it's just got to be funnels, man.
But
I
it's
don't-
a point of interest, I suppose. And I was telling Lloyd the other day, and Lloyd didn't want to believe me that the guy spends 7 days a week because he must does his show now.
okay.
It's the Good Morning Crypto show. Black coffee, no milk, no sugar. And every morning he's live from in our time it's 8 to 9, and Saturdays what 11 to 12, Sunday 11 to 12. And Louis like 7 days a week. I'm like, if you were making money by just being live for an hour, are you not gonna do it?
It's not 7 days a week. It's 7 hours a week.
Well, look, it takes a bit of time, obviously,
To prep,
because
yeah. But I mean, he's now thinking full work days, man.
and he's got the academy, which is I think there's between 15,000 to 20,000 members in the academy. At the lowest price is $250 a year.
That's right.
Plus, he's got all his referral links and stuff that people do take him up on. and he gets asked to be part of projects and stuff like that.
Mm.
So my thing is that space is still a bit open in South Africa, man. If you created even a cryptocurrency thing, you'd make a killing. I mean, there's a guy, Gray Jabesi. I mean, he's got terrible audio and his English is not that great, but he's got 75,000 followers or something.
True. Why are
And
people funny?
most of his content is wrong. It's like you listen and like, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think maybe I still got that thing of I don't know anything yet. But I don't maybe think that what I know might still be valuable to someone.
I think, why are we hearing music?
So it's my side.
Daryl's one of those people that has to have music all the time.
I'm also like that.
Yeah, but not while you're talking on,
On a podcast.
like,
Sorry, guys. I just walked into the office. It's the office radio.
and I'm gonna say this again, Darren. Just do it. The best thing you can do is create a podcast, even a video podcast about critique of South African music. For one, like I laughed so with the whole Camilo saga coming out. You know Gareth Robertson?
Mhm.
Yes, yes, yes.
He used to do Prime Circles mixing, and then now he works for a supplier. So now the headline comes out, and Nikki Samuels goes on about it, and Gareth Roberts like, who?
Who
And
is
I
this
mean,
guy?
it's an insult to Camilo, but it's also insulting towards Gareth, man. I'm like, how can you have your head up so far up your ass that you don't know what's happening on the other side of the country? Because yes, Prime Circle is one of the longest performing bands, but they're certainly not the only one. And they one snippet of a genre in the entire country, so it means that you live in a very small bubble.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in the technical side, man. It's like we must be multiversed across different to be able to make a living.
Yeah.
Yes, you maybe fell with your patin pata with Prime Circle, but it's foolish to think that that is the entire country's state of being.
Yeah.
But my thing is, you will make more of a impact talking about the music than you will by making
Making
music.
music.
He said as Tyrant's heart broke. Isn't that sad?
Tyrone
man?
Marinas.
Yeah, but
Welcome
that's
to
sad,
E
man.
Entertainment.
but can we just be sort of like walking in reality for a moment and say,
No, definitely.
why not do both, man? It's like
Yeah.
you can do your music. Nothing is stopping you. I'm sure it's not taking 18 hours of your day to come up with a song. And it's not going to take 18 hours of your day to do a podcast about it either.
Yeah. No, I
And
agree.
you know all the people that you can call them. So, and they're not going to say no because it's not like what they're doing now is working.
Yeah. No, I'm with you 100%. That is in the on the, I don't want to say on the drawing board, but yeah, that is the plan.
And you know, I mean, I've had this debate with Lloyd and them, and I'm saying, radio's dead. And, no, it's not. We still listen to it. I'm like, that's because you people are old.
It's over. No, hence the webcam and the redesign, yeah, slowly but surely. That is the plan. Because I
But I
don't, to be
mean,
honest, I don't see myself making it as an artist in the world. You know what I mean? I everything is the funnel for a channel, or funnel for that.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
nowadays,
That's why I say I just the crypto thing will throw me off, but obviously music I can talk about all day. And at some point the two will overlap.
money and music. Mm.
Yeah, crypto like I don't know if we're doing this live now. Okay. Like musicians have huge issues with banks, man. And if you have to buy something of like a huge number, because musicians don't make little. Their issue is credit lines, man, or credit records. So if you're making your large sums of money and Lenny wants to sell a car and he's willing to take Bitcoin or Ethereum, it's easy for a musician to buy a car. The problem is the line of credit from a bank as opposed to getting a line of credit from one of those other places you mentioned a few weeks ago. Make it DAO or whatever else. Salt. I can't
Crypto
remember all the
credit.
names. Do you understand? It's easier for you to create a reputation there over a short space of time than with your bank, man. At least
Well,
from
in the
what I understand.
cryptosphere, you don't need a reputation. You just meet the criteria.
No, Kega. I mean, now look at that. Sorry, I keep forgetting this is an English podcast. So look at that, man. So I think it's valuable for musicians to know if they cared and smoked a little less weed.
But I think my biggest argument with some of the musicians is also that, and I'm not saying that I am by any means successful. I mean, I don't think I've had proper income for 5 months, but success is something you have to plan for, man.
I agree.
And it's something you have to diligently do all the time. So, I mean, yeah, I was watching one of this guy's updates, the one in that group that was arguing with.
Oh, okay.
I was like, nothing about this is amazing. And they're just very good marketing. And I'm like, you can use that skills for something else, man. But,
Sorry.
yeah.
I signed up to this Damien Keys. I don't know if you guys know him. He's got this like MBA Music Business Academy, blah blah blah. So obviously, me thinking I'm gonna get some high class, high premium knowledge, and the whole course is actually about how to be a musician but not make money off music, man. He's talking about merch. He's talking about having a channel. He's talking about um, community work. He's talking about everything except music. And then like the last lesson, he goes, "I'm sure the ones of you who stayed this far is very frustrated, but this is where the world's at now. And your song is at best a funnel. Your song is on Spotify, whatever, is now like back in the day when they used to go, play them a song, man. Take your guitar, go play them a song, like that." He's like, that's what your song is. That's what your music is. Because he was actually trying to say, spend less time on that, man. Make easy music. Just say what you want to say. Make your songs fine. That's for you. That's for your soul. But for your bank account, leave that.
Make money.
And it was
Make money.
Did you pay for that course?
me.
Yes.
This is live, man. I can't answer. Yes, I paid for it.
But now my thing is, it's the same thing that Artist Performing Academy is, which I paid $500 to be in the founding members. So
Sure.
why are you not doing the content? You have access.
Do I?
But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, from a business perspective, everyone that looks at it can see the writing on the wall for music. My thing is, it's just, it doesn't matter how passionate you are, you're not going to make money from it.
Yeah. So yeah,
I mean,
that's why
when-
I've stopped
when you
trying to make
explain-
money off it. Obviously, other than the live gigs and COVID, blah 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 blah. But I think my focus is more on the channel and selling things. So I mean, I have ideas, I have products. I just need people to know that they are there. You know what I mean? And I have the money to manufacture or make whatever. And then when music is concerned, I mean, at some point, people will always want to listen to something, and that's for my own therapy. That's for my own therapy's sake. You know what I mean? I've got all this stuff in my head. Let me get it out. Okay, cool. It's out now. Let me sell this. Let me do this. Let me speak for an hour. Let me show someone how to make a song who still cares. Fine. Those things can make the money, man. But where the creation is concerned, I've given up on trying to make money off that for years now. It's actually since I met you two. You guys killed me, my bro. You guys killed me.
Yeah, it's true, eh? There's no more magic in music, eh? Just make
No,
money.
that's what I'm saying. There is still magic in it, just not for
Oh,
this.
well, sorry, it's the other way around. There's no more money.
Well,
in
we
music,
brought the
it's just
chicks in
magic.
your life, the reality chicks.
And I'm grateful, guys. You know, I don't want to be emotional, but I can promise you, I was going nowhere slowly. I would have still been at church, man.
Hmm.
No offense, Daryl. But yeah,
No,
I
I'm
would have still
taken
been at
because I
church.
didn't get a reality check. I got the reality credit line.
You got a check. You got a money
Yeah,
check.
You
you know,
got
credit line
you
every
got
time
you got a food check.
You got a. But yeah,
No,
no, but it's
but
like
you know,
I think more people. I wish. That's why I say that guy that was here today. It's nice talking about it, man, because you feel like you're the only one who can see that far, man. Because a lot of musicians, especially here in South Africa and Cape Town, they still wanting to get into record labels. They still wanna sell their car to
it's
make a song. I'm like, no, are you crazy? Unless you're paying me to do it, then fine. But don't sell your car, man. Don't sell your car. You're not gonna make that money back. You know what I mean? Rather spend money making t-shirts or cups. I've got a friend.
look, I think
He
you
makes
can. Sorry,
cups.
yeah.
You
I
know what
mean, sorry
mean?
to break you, but
No, it's
look,
fine.
there's always been people driving a variety of products that they either got at a reduced price or are creating themselves. But the unique thing about music is that it's almost like an extension of who you are and your personality. The same thing with anything in the entertainment industry. It's about a funnel. The one thing I learned from live radio and broadcasting is that every DJ slash radio personality is a funnel for the radio station to sell more things. I'll use Nigel Pearce's Kinky Afro as an example.
Mhm.
The event is totally supported by Group FM. His idea, there's a percentage split on revenue, and it's always going to be how much people can he pull via his show, via his following. And with social media, that has exponentially become a reality.
Mhm.
And that's the transition. I think the funnel for musicians is actually more powerful if you consider yourself an influencer, which has now become a real thing. It's like a real job.
Speaking of which, you know what name popped across because in the Binance thing they've now hired a few influencers. Guess who popped up as a crypto influencer, Skiller?
Ooh.
Danine Naidoo.
No, but she's good.
Ah,
Yeah, guys, you know what I'm telling you? That girl is good.
the,
I'd
look,
let her
the problem
influence
isn't that
me,
they're
my
good.
product.
The
Now you're
problem isn't
live,
just
bro.
that they're good.
You're not gonna say
Okay.
it. No, like obviously she's a young lady. Which comes
Let me
with
put it
other
in a
stuff.
general,
But
yeah, in a
as
general
an
term.
influencer, she's amazing. She loves me, bro.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, look at,
with
I want to
with her
flip it.
Mustang. Oh, sorry.
I want, sorry, just to elaborate, we'll come back to that. But
Okay.
just to flip it, let's take, and I'm going to throw the name out there, Nadia Nakai.
Nadia
Who?
Jafta.
Isn't it Jafta? Nakai, Jafta, sorry, Nadia
Because
something.
you follow all her social stuff. That's why you don't know her real name.
Who's
No, the thing
Nakai?
is, I don't even follow
Isn't
them.
that like
I
an
just
alias?
listen to those that are the
It's
followers.
a bad alias if nobody knows it.
Nah, it's Nadia
She
Jafta.
made the
You know.
song now with
We
that
also that
youngster.
song. The
That
guy
song, right?
who was supposed to ghostwrite it to suddenly in every shot.
In the thing. Nah. I mean, Heron. Shout out. Nah, he's a good producer.
So I don't know if you guys heard the publicity stunt in 5FM. What they had done was one of the radio presenters on 5FM was given the opportunity to do a verse on that song with Youngster and Nadia. And Nadia is already an influencer. So picture the picture I painted about the radio personality just having the following of the dead industry of radio, plus whatever they're doing on social media. But the publicity stunt is that during the show they're playing the released version of the presenter doing a remixed version of the song that is now hyped. So a song that was just a song is now being used as I'm going to come back to your word, a funnel to generate income, because obviously Youngster and Nadia is going to benefit off whatever 5FM is going to pay them in order to change the song for that presenter, to be honest, etc., etc. Like I'm sure Lily's got millions of stories of how the government paid for one song that was never released. It's nothing but a funnel.
160K.
I've got a
It's a
160K.
funnel.
There's 2,000 copies of that CD lying somewhere.
Still a CD.
Mm.
Oh my word.
So yeah. No, but you know what I'm telling you, Lindley, she's a good thing to have there. She can make
Yeah,
people
it's just
believe.
the thing is, it, for me, Binance is a means to an end.
Mm.
Because they a big company, they have a lot of clout. Um, if they lose the entire South African market, it doesn't make them.
They'll be fine, yeah.
Yeah. So, and if they gain in South Africa, they gain a lot. So, my involvement there is to push it towards the everyday person. I'm like I said, you guys are missing a lot if you're focusing on the high end.
Mm.
But
Okay.
so I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm on top of the admin there. So, but it does
Okay.
mean that you lose a bit in everyday life because you have to sort of answer really dumb questions.
Just have a dumb question server in the Discord, man, and then they'll answer each other's
It's not a
questions.
Discord. So that one is they refuse to use any means other than Telegram because Telegram has a serious like deep analytics side,
Oh, okay.
and WhatsApp has number limits.
Okay.
Like, I think you can have 200,000 people in a Telegram. So,
That's all right. That's more useful, yeah.
and then South Africans are their own worst enemies there because like they don't like to use Telegram. They want to use WhatsApp. Then they moan when scammers come. I'm like, but it's just part of the space, man.
Yeah. It's your job to know.
And I mean, when you start looking or delving into the international space, you realize how much people have money, even locally.
Mm.
So I don't know if we're fooling ourselves here. I don't know what. I don't know.
With the fresh space, I think we're doing well
Not to the fresh space. I mean, like just in general in life,
in
like
life.
Yeah.
people, like even Nadia Jeff to them was like, "You think you have a reach? You need to
Mm.
fucking see what the average guy in the states YouTube channel looks like, and you are known in the country. These guys aren't even known in their country. Like I'm sure if you went to Sweden, most people wouldn't even know Ivan Antik. He's got 250,000 people on his YouTube channel.
Sure. That's the world we
So
live in, yeah.
and the bigger one goes into the world, the more defined one's niche is. So people don't become generalists. I mean,
Mm.
like Elon Musk doesn't have to have an opinion about cryptocurrency, but if he says something about it, they take note.
It was like, yeah, cool. Okay.
They say,
I
"Oh,
was watching
he
his,
mentioned Bitcoin at 15 minutes in the YouTube, then it goes around the world." Oh,
I saw his live stream of his
Neuralink.
Neuralink. Yeah, looks interesting. Always panic for that, remember?
Yeah, but they were discussing that because at some point people say, "Over my dead body, will you put that things in?"
Nah, they
And
can
then
tell.
80% of the world starts putting it in. Then you at the negative because you don't have it.
I will be the first to say me, me.
Just think of a song.
But think of the
And
ramifications of
upload.
that. I mean, like, so you're gonna be able to be connected to the internet if you want to put it that way. Audio wouldn't need to go through your ears to be heard. Um,
Your brain will just know this
what
is what the
impact
frequency.
on music would that be in, let's say, a concert space?
No more sound,
Um,
guys.
Mm.
you still need
Yes.
subs. You can't replicate the sub feeling.
No, they've got those packs now. I don't know if you've seen those packs. The
Uh,
DJs, I
I,
see the DJs wear the packs. Well,
um,
I don't know if it's now. I only discovered it now. Sorry.
I know I ordered one and then COVID hit and cancelled.
Oh. But is
It's
it
called
quiet?
Wujo or something, but it's a whole thing we put on, and it's like experience with audio.
I'm
But
feeling that vibe.
It's bad.
How do you
but the
mix with
thing
that,
is,
bro? Just put this,
the same.
just put the heights up. I want him to feel it on his nipple.
It's anything like this. It's
Nah,
like,
joking.
God,
That's too
Look, it's
far.
only low end that you're
It's
gonna
sub,
feel
yeah.
anyway.
No, and one of these beat challenges that I watched, that was the judges basically had this sleeping on, and your beat had to hit hard enough for them to get nauseous or something. So the one dude, I think he didn't even care about his beat because all you heard, it's like when the taxi goes by, you just hear that. They were like, okay, he wins. I'm like, but the guy just put a lot of bass in the song. So that was like the judge. That's why I discovered the pack. So I'm like,
But look, I think also what it comes down to is that people don't realize what a team is behind success. Like if you go even into the crypto podcasts, they will always mention the team that they work with. It the podcast didn't just happen, man.
yeah.
So there's the voice of the podcast, and then there's the team that does the technical stuff or whatever, or the marketing or the help here and there.
The
And
research, yeah.
and it's the same here. It's like although I could technically do everything in the podcast, why should I?
Mm,
It becomes better when there's more eyes and ears looking at something.
yeah.
And I think like if I look at Arkan Bay, I mean he's been doing it himself for how long, and he's like he sits there and he's like, why didn't I think of this stuff sooner? Why is my like you'll sit up till 3 a.m. approving people in the Discord fucking group? And I'm like, just no, man.
They are obviously automated services for that.
Look, in that case, you can't automate it because you need to manually match the
The
Discord and
name.
the email because in
Oh, okay.
Discord people can be anonymous.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
how do you know who to approve? You need to you can automate it, I suppose, at some point, but it would have to be an Excel something. Anyway.
And it'll be safer if you just do it yourself. No bots.
But I mean, there's many ways to get to something,
Mm.
and you want to start a podcast. Look, if you want your podcast to be successful, then you have to be what do you call it? You have to someone has to do the basic outline of what you want to do, record it, do the technical stuff, and then at some point you're gonna have to
you
put
to
it on
manually
every
match
platform.
the Discord and the.
Why am I
What's that?
echoing?
That's not echoing. That's like a
Repeating.
minute ago. That's a minute ago. He's probably watching it on YouTube. Are you watching
Daryl's
it on
that you?
YouTube, Daryl? He's gone.
Let me see. I might have the tab open still.
Mm. Yeah, but I'm gonna have to call it soon. We got a daughter at a crash now. OMG. You fine, Neddy?
Maybe Daryl's power of his AirPods disappeared.
AirPods. Yeah, he takes it out. Safety.
I'm gonna end the live side.
Yeah. Bye, YouTube.